Well, tonight, musician and composer Sara Pajunen is here to fill us in on her musical journey. Welcome to the playlist, Sara.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me where you're from and who influenced you to be involved in music.
I was born in Virginia, Minnesota, but raised in Hibbing. And I grew up playing violin in a children's performance group called the Singing Strings. And the leader was Helena Pakula, who was an immigrant from Finland herself. And I have quite a bit of Finnish ancestry, so we jived in that way.
But to see it as a career choice, who said, you know what, you can do this, you can follow this?
You know, Karen, that never really occurred to me. It just sort of happened. There's a funny story. My mom, I wanted to quit music my entire childhood, and I was very poorly behaved and very angry, and I didn't want to practice. And finally, when I was somewhere between 12 and 14, my mom said, okay, you can quit. And I said, Mom, you're crazy. Music is my life. So, you know, I just like to fight.
Now you are traveling in this specific instance with a group of really talented emerging artists from Minnesota. Tell me about this experience and what are you getting out of it?
This is a tour sponsored by the Cedar Cultural Center, and none of us knew each other or had played together before. We all play very different genres of music and have very different musical backgrounds, musical training. So it is really, really teaching me a lot about listening to other people and being open and being part of a clan or a group and creating something collectively. Man, I feel like I'm growing a lot and experiencing growing pains.
Which is part of the process.
It is.
Yeah. So how did you discover that music is your thing?
It's the medium that I have the best control over and I'm able to express myself through and work with. But I feel like there are multiple other media that I could have used. I mean, I love words. It's just not my training. Sound is very, very powerful. And I'm very thankful to have played an instrument like the violin all of my life, even though sometimes it's been really frustrating. I want like a piano where I can do everything and accompany myself, and it's much more difficult on the violin. But the violin is the instrument that most closely mimics the human voice I've heard. So if I can work with it more, it can become this extension of my own voice, and then I don't feel like there's a separation, you know, and I'm getting there little by little. I think it's a lifelong process.
And that's the beauty of it. You know, if you come fully formed, there's nowhere to go with it.
Right. But it would just be so much easier.
Do you have any recordings out there that we can look for?
Yeah, I've made 4 recordings. They're all surrounding kind of Finnish music. I have 2 that I made with a Finnish American musician from Hibbing, Michigan. And then I had one I made Finnish tango music. And then my newest one is a collaboration with a Finnish accordion player who lives in Helsinki. And so we bop back and forth and tour and record. And that's called Alotar, which means maiden of the waves.
Last question, do you have any advice for young musicians as they consider, you know, do I really want to commit to this lesson thing that I'm supposed to be playing my instrument?
Well, my mother just gave me some very good advice, which she had probably given me before, which I never listened to. And that music really can become your haven. It's the place where you go and something that no one can take away from you. It's your place of peace, it's your meditation, it's your friend, it's your anything. So if you can find a way in music that it speaks to you that way, I think that is the best gift you can really have.